Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Not a Roadrunner. So today, it's another very exciting episode. I know I seem to be saying this literally every episode, but I've spent a lot of money on this one. So this is new wheels for the Plymouth, which I've been thinking about a lot. I've looked into a lot of different things, back spacing, wheel sizing, types, and I've finally settled on some. I've had to kind of compromise, but I'll talk you through how I've compromised and how I'm going to uncompromise it. But yeah, I just want to bring you along for the journey. I'm going to check the fitment to make sure it's not rubbing anywhere before I obviously get my hopes up, but it shouldn't do. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy the episode, guys. Let's get to it. So as you can see, two different size boxes. We've gone for US mag wheels. We've got 18s for the front and we've got 20s for the back. So the 20s are the ones that I'm really worried about fitment wise. So they'll be the ones that we're really checking out today. And there we go. So we've gone for Ramblers, and they're 8-inch width, 18-inch wide. So what I ended up doing was, because US mag are a bit strange, they don't do the stud pattern in the 20s and for the other. So you'll see in a minute, I had to order them in a different colour, but I've got a guy that we're going to send them off to and get them colour matched to these. So let me show you the 20s, which we're going to be test fitting on the back of the Plymouth. But these are the wheels that I've gone for. So as you can see, these are the grey textured, which I don't like as much. So that's why I'm going to test fit them to the car and then I'm going to send them off to the guy. But we've got the right stud pattern and they are 20 by 9.5. So we get to, you know, hit that 305 club, because it's a bit of a stretch tyre, but I've spoken to quite a few people and they've said they've run them and they've had no issues. So 305 by 35 by 20 for the 20-inch. So let's make sure they fit.
So first things first, you need to jack up the back of the car so we can fit 2 jack stands underneath the diff so we can take both wheels off the car. So I did do a lot of research prior to buying these, but the issue is because obviously these were all hand built, they vary car to car, like the diff can be off center, so it's just easiest if you measure yourself to make sure it can fit. As we're going for spoked wheels, these drums will definitely need a tidy up because they'll be in view. So when you're test fitting wheels, I just put 2 nuts on to start with because this has studs and not bolts to hold on its wheels, but the whole point is you don't want to over tighten them on, so just finger tight and then do them up nice and gently to make sure you don't warp the wheel in case your fitment isn't quite right. So with these wheels being a 9.5-inch width, that means that the actual wheel including the lip is 10.5 inch and the tyres are 12 inches. So we're basically just checking that one, the wheel won't rub, and then also that the tyre won't rub once it's installed. So on the outside of the wheel, we've got about 1.5 inches, which is just about what we need. So we'll have to fit the wheel and hope that it fits. If not, then we can always roll the fender because there is plenty of fender to roll there. As you can see, it's got a massive, great lip. And on the rear, we've got about 4 centimeters, which is just over 1.5 inches. So we should be good there too. So with that all checked out, admire the fact that the wheels look absolutely amazing. And then we've just got to swap the old wheels back on and test out the other side. As you can see, these wheels are going to make a massive width difference for the look for the back of the car because the old ones, they're a 215 wide. My Corsa has wider tyres, actually they're the same width, but you get the gist. So with them back on, I'm just going to torque them to 120 Newton meters and then we're good to swap to the other side.
Well, that's not ideal. So because of this curb, we can't get it out, so I need to jack it up higher so I can get this out. Okay, I've jacked that up another notch. So, nice and easy, obviously, because everything on this car is nice and easy. Yeah, see on this side, we've only got an inch, give or take. Maybe, no, 1.2. Other side was about 1.5, so it is a bit offset, but actually, for these cars, very centered. See, that's a big difference. On the other side, it's 4 inches, 4 centimeters. Whereas on this side, we're looking at about 3.5. On the other side, it's about 4.5. But still plenty of tolerance for what we want to put on there. So sweet. Now that, though, is filling out the guard. I know this doesn't look ideal. If I paint that black, then it'll blend in. So maybe that'll be another video. But, mate, these wheels look so nice. I've never bought a new set of wheels for myself, so it's actually pretty mad looking at them.
So that gives us about 1.5 inches on each side of the wheel, which should be plenty because we technically only need 3/4 of an inch to fit the tyre, but obviously you don't want it to be too snug because then it would be rubbing. So fingers crossed, once we get the tyres fitted and the wheels sorted, when we get it all on, there will be no rubbing.
Top tip while we're here, you should always unwind this before you store it, because if you don't unwind it, then it can cause issues. Like it can, because it's based on a spring, the spring can lose tension, and therefore you can actually think you're tightening it to a certain torque spec, but actually you're not. So always unwind it before you store it. And that concludes today's episode, guys. So I'm really excited about it, I can't lie, but we've got a long way to go. We need them painted, we need to get the tyres. Lots of different things to get going, but I wanted to show you guys because I'm just so excited about it. I just can't control myself. So hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. Please comment down below and share your thoughts on the new wheels and like the video. If you're not subscribing to my channel, rectify that immediately, because there will be content coming out every 2 weeks, hopefully for the remainder of the year, because I've finished uni now, so it should be smooth sailing, lots of time to work on the car. So see you in the next episode.